Brian, hold on. I'll stand in front here at the feet. We do the binge drinking right in this state.
Nearly every weekend night, Madison's Detox Center fills its 30 beds with people whose lives are at risk because they drank too much. At $363 a night, it doesn't offer much in the way of comfort, but intoxicated patients will be kept safe by a dedicated staff. Police found this woman passed out in a parking lot. Sometimes fate is the barrier between life and death. Some patients, when they're brought to the center, are so drunk and at risk of dying that they are taken to a hospital by paramedics.
On the streets, she could have been assaulted, mugged. She could have puked and been unable to, realize it because she was so intoxicated, and she might have, literally drowned in her own vomit. The kids, it seems, the very young ones in their 20s, they don't seem to be taking it that serious, that they're drinking to the point where they are getting picked up by the police and getting caught in the system and having to spend a night in detox.
Man, to tell you the truth, I really shouldn't be here, man. I've been in detox.
A lot of them, they want to blame us, blame the police, but their own behavior really doesn't register in them. And that's really common with the young ones. I'm not seeing that epiphany moment where they're like, oh my word, I'm in detox. This is getting out of hand. It's pretty rare that that happens.
Is there any people who really kind of stayed with you, or you remember something just kind of burned into your memory?
Yeah, and it's usually people that are very young, and then their alcoholism is so advanced that they will have shakes and seizures when they stop drinking. That's what sticks with me. I had a patient up in Wausau at their detox unit. She was 24 years old, beautiful, and her alcoholism was so bad that she had liver disease, and she would withdraw for days when she stopped drinking. And I can't forget that somebody that is 24 years old, is beautiful, she was intelligent, friendly, and her life was destroyed by alcohol. Even if she quit drinking, she already did so much damage to her body that she was going to have to live with it forever.
She came in today at 1400 essentially. PC admit, first admit by MPD. She blew a .24 on admission. She was found stumbling around the stadium, puking. There's the misconception that people are brought in for punishment, and I spend a lot of time, and I think I probably will with the college students. It's not that you were brought in here because of it, you were doing anything wrong and they were being punished for it. It's you were brought in here because this was the safest place for you to be right now, that you're in a critical situation where you could do harm to yourself, whether it's throwing up and aspirating, whether it's falling asleep and it's 10 degrees below zero outside and you left your coat and shoes inside. For whatever reason, that it was a safety thing, the police care about you enough and they brought you here so that we can care about you some more. Well, and I tell people, I said, you have to understand our building's very ugly. I mean, we're not a high class place. You're not at a spa. You're not at the Betty Ford. You're not at any of the expensive places. But the people that are here taking care of you are excellent. They're all very good at what they do. You'll be safe here. I see my job as getting people safely sober.
Staff members keep track of former patients who have succumbed to alcohol-related deaths.
You can see deceased back there, and dead file. Both of these bins are dead file. These two are probably within the last 2 years, I'd say. So they're full of mostly alcohol deceased and heroin overdose. Primarily.
Despite all their hard work, staff members are aware of their limitations.
I'm kind of glad that there's a place like this where people, can live that one more day, and maybe we can make some sort of a difference in their lives. Obviously, we're not going to stop them from drinking. That's not a realistic expectation. But I guess it's the little things. You can always do little things for them.
Still climbing, Sue. Looks like you're going to be about a .27. I definitely do think we binge drink, and more than the other states do. But I do think Wisconsin's got a bigger alcohol problem than other places. I've recently traveled, and last place I traveled to, I spent several months in North Carolina, and Several of us from Wisconsin would go out to the bar with people from North Carolina, and people from North Carolina even commented that Wisconsinites drink their beers a lot faster. And they're like, slow down, we're here to hang out and just have a good time. And the people I was with from Wisconsin like, yeah, we're just hanging out, we're not trying to get drunk.
Despite being a crucial safety net, the center runs a deficit because of a lack of funding.
I don't know how to get more funding. It's just, I think people being aware of what we do and being realistic about our drinking in this state. And even people without alcohol problem, I think, are in a state of denial in Wisconsin. People are in denial about how pervasive it is, how widespread it is, how serious it can be. And I don't think we're serious enough about what the consequences are for people either.